I couldn't find any part-time job because of everything was shutting down. Because I was eating oats for my breakfast, lunch and dinner. All the money I brought from India was slowly burning down. People were shutting their doors just in front of my face. People were shouting, people were screaming, people were saying why I was in this country. Go to the top and change the bulbs. Jobs, I worked in petrol station, I worked in retail store. So I did as Uber Eats delivery driver. These all things taught me how to survive. And finally, after years of doubts, hard work, struggles, I finally landed my first job in VFX. Always remember, today's struggles are tomorrow's seeds for your future. The first night I landed in Australia, I asked myself, did I just do biggest mistake of my life? Most international students who come to abroad either come to study IT, construction or nursing, which either have like 99% of the employment rate, or they have so many companies here so they can, as soon as they finish their studies, they can apply for so many jobs. I came to study film and television, which specializes in VFX. And it was really scary because it's already really competitive, it is already really tough, and it's so much uncertain even for the locals. I was so terrified of the decision I took on the first day I came here. I was so terrified the whole first week because I was eating oats for my breakfast, lunch and dinner. I was thinking I was not able to cook for myself, how I can survive next 3 years. That was true, because even if I can't cook myself, how can I survive next 3 years? Yes, I made few friends. Like I know few friends who came to Adelaide with me. I met them just before coming here. But you know, like in abroad, even though you make friends, they will teach you some things, but at the same time they won't spoon feed you. So I learned a lot from them, but at the same time they won't be there with me all the time. And at that time I know nothing. I really know nothing. So I was really terrified. I was thinking I might have taken a wrong decision. I might have taken something which I could never do. But later I realized this is something I have to go through, this is something I have to do so I can improve myself, I can grow myself. The struggles, the journey, that changed a lot in me. Without those struggles and without the journey, I wouldn't be me, what I'm doing now. I would be very, very different person. I would be lazy, I would not do what to do in my life. I would just pass my life but don't even know what I want to do. I was just living my life without knowing what to do. I don't know, but present me knows a lot of things because the struggle, the journey I had taught me a lot of things. And then when I was just figuring out what to do in my life, how to like learn these all things in less number of time, COVID just happened. Imagine this, you're in a new country, you don't know anyone, suddenly everything was shut down. You cannot meet any new people, you cannot attend any in-person classes, all the classes were online. Just me, my laptop and all my assignments. I couldn't meet new people from university. I couldn't find any part-time job because of everything was shutting down. All the money I brought from India was slowly burning down, and I was like getting more money from India, but it's literally I was just burning it because I was not having any income. So it was just like whatever money I was getting from India, it was just going for my rent, it was going for my groceries. I was not doing anything, but still I was not able to save any money because of it. And I don't know what to do. There was a time I was just thinking maybe this is not for me, maybe I made a biggest mistake in my life. I think after the first semester it just hit me really hard. I just thought maybe it's not for me. I might made a biggest mistake in my life. I might have to go back all my things in my bag and go back home because this might not be for me. That's what I actually thought, and I'm glad I didn't do that. I didn't give up at that time. It's not just I was just financially struggling, I'm academically struggling too. After my first semester, I realized how much competitive everyone around me were. Everyone around me already have some kind of prerequisite knowledge about all the VFX, all the films, because in their schools they taught these kinds of things, so they already have some kind of knowledge. I don't have anything in India because in India they don't teach any of this stuff, and I was so terrified because I was almost like not able to cope up with everyone, and in uni they don't teach much, and with online classes it's very hard to learn more things. So I was really terrified. But just before I gave up, something unexpected happened. Finally I landed a part-time job through one of my friends' reference. It was kind of a sales job. I need to go house to house to give free LED bulbs. Sounds really easy, right? But it's not that easy. Let me tell you something. First, people had to have concession cards. If they don't have concession cards, I need to sell those bulbs. I can't give them for free. That's the first thing. So as an immigrant, going and selling was really hard. So I had to find people who had concession cards, and it's very hard to find people who have concession cards. You have to go house to house and ask people. Second, it wasn't just giving the lights for free. I had to go inside their house. I had to take their old bulbs and I had to install the new bulbs myself. Sounds easy, but it's not that. Let me tell you why. I was an immigrant who just landed in Australia, and it was during COVID, and it was completely shut down. Everyone's wearing still masks, everyone are actually scanning the check-in, and no one are actually going out. During that time, I had to go inside their house. I had to convince that I will take their old bulbs and I will give them new free LED bulbs and install. Because I have to go inside the house, it's not that easy. As an immigrant, it's definitely not that easy. First few days, it was brutal. People were shutting their doors just in front of my face. People were shouting, people were screaming, people were saying why I was in this country. They were saying so many different things. And it was not that easy, but slowly I understood how to talk, I understood how to adapt, I understood how to communicate, I understood how to convince people. So slowly I understood how to do those things, and I started convincing people. I started getting contract, like I was able to go inside their houses, I was able to change bulbs, I was able to give those switchboards and everything, and I used to get $2 per bulb. So imagine how hard it is. So if I change one bulb, I used to get $2. In some houses, there won't be more than like 4 or 5 bulbs. So I would be getting $10 if I do one single house. Sometimes that might take like good 30 minutes because the bulbs are somewhere on the top, and I had to take a ladder and go to the top and change the bulbs. So it's definitely not that easy. And that contract actually ended after some time, and then I started doing some odd jobs. I did some delivery jobs. I did as Uber Eats delivery driver, I did as menu log delivery driver, and I also did some odd jobs. I worked in petrol station, I worked in retail store. So these all things just didn't give me just the money. These all things taught me how to survive. How to survive in toughest conditions. These all things taught me how to adapt to the situations. These all things taught me how to communicate well. But the hardest part is yet to come. In my final year, I got a placement in VFX in my company. I had to study placement from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. all 5 days, like Monday to Friday. So it was not easy. Until then, in normal like uni days, you just have classes for 2 or 3 days per week. So it's easy to manage your part-time jobs and uni and assignments, all this stuff. But as soon as I started the placement, I was doing Monday to Friday, 9 to 6 p.m. It was really hard to manage my time. I was working in Woolworths at 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and then going to placement at 9 a.m. and finishing my placement by 6 p.m. And from 6, I used to go to uni by 7 p.m. and I used to relearn everything which I was not able to learn from 9 to 6 p.m. So it was really hard. It was not that easy. It was physically draining, it was mentally draining. I was really exhausted, but I pushed through the limits. And finally, after years of doubts, hard work, struggles, I finally landed my first job in VFX. Looking back, I realized Australia didn't just give me a degree. It actually taught me how to survive in toughest conditions, how to adapt, how to communicate with the people. It just didn't teach me VFX. It taught me how to survive. The whole world is against you. When I'm saying it, when you guys are hearing, it may not look that hard, but the struggle is definitely real. And when I look back, when I think about it, I feel really proud because the reason I'm able to work hard now is I was working more harder then. So now working hard now is not that hard anymore. It is confusing to even tell, but you will understand when you go through these kinds of phases. The struggle phase taught me how to be resilient. It taught me to trust the process. It taught me that things take time. If you don't give up, you will achieve the goals. It's like, and I also like Naruto. Naruto is like that. He just don't give up, and I was in that attitude. I don't give up, I trust the process, and I go to the gym. So I was so used to delayed gratification. So these all things like help me. Everything you learn in this world, everything you're doing, is some way it will be helpful. Don't ever think that you are doing something which is not giving you anything. At some point you will actually use that skill, so everything you are doing counts. Today I no longer scared because I know whatever happens, I can do it. If you're feeling or going through the same struggle, always remember, today's struggles are tomorrow's seeds for your future. If you like this video, you know what to do, you know the drill. Like this video, share this video and subscribe to my channel. I will come back soon.